I guess how's Al Horford looked in practice? Steve said the Zach is pretty much gone. How's he looked in practice?
Um, let's see. We had a very slight practice today, but he's getting back to it. I see him working out after every practice, trying to get his footing under him. Obviously, we don't play enough in practice, enough reps. It's a really simulated game, so he's been doing everything on his own, putting in extra work with the coaches. And besides that, I feel like even just his presence at the games has still been very, very useful for the team, having that veteran leadership. So, no, he's looking good, and I assume he'll be back soon.
Quinten, just with the ups and downs of this season early on, again, it's early on, but how would you describe the mood right now, the vibe inside and outside the locker room?
I think the vibe is good. Obviously, we haven't had the results that we have wanted, but I feel like our process has been right. We've been doing a lot of things that we harp on, just closing games. But last year it felt like every close game that we were in after the trade, I'm talking about, we were going to win, and we did a lot of those. And this year just hasn't been the same. So kind of have to figure that out. But with the experience we have, you would assume that we will figure that out in the next couple of games.
Steve sort of committed to a starting lineup, the one you guys used last game. What sort of works well in that lineup, and why is it sort of the starting lineup at this point?
I mean, it's the NBA, so we'll see. With injuries, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. So we'll see, how long this is the starting lineup. But for now, I always like being on the court with Draymond. Obviously, we have some more size. It shifts him to the 4. It shifts Jimmy to the 3, and we still, you still have that Draymond Steph two-man game with me being able to space the floor a little bit, and defensively we're just bigger. And then you can always shift Draymond back to the 5 if the game needs that. So I feel like it's been an effective starting unit, but for all our units, it's all about the details to execute on, and that'll lead us to win some more games.
Those units that Steph isn't in, that's sort of like where you guys have to kind of make your money. What are some of the keys to especially the offense, keep that going?
I mean, if Steph isn't in the game, that usually means that Jimmy is in the game. So it's on the other 4 guys to kind of find him and make him make life easy for us. And it's always tough when your franchise player isn't on the court, but if we play hard on defense and we let Jimmy play make for us and everybody else does their jobs, then we should be fine in those minutes.
As far as what the starting lineup goes, how important do you think consistency with continuity is? Because obviously there's been factors with injuries where you guys haven't been able to get those consistent lineups. Do you just think that getting consistency, continuity will be good for this group?
For me, it doesn't really matter. I'm in year 2 of my NBA career, so I've always been used to being thrown in lineups, being thrown out of lineups. Maybe for some of the guys that are used to that consistency, it might be more important. But for me, it's always to stay ready, be ready for whatever type of mentality. So whether I start or I come off the bench, I can only speak for myself. It doesn't matter too much.
Obviously your defensive improvements have been spoken about. Where do you think that you've grown the most offensively as well so far this season?
Offensively, I struggled early on with my shot a little bit compared to last year, but I feel like my shot's in a good place right now. So just keep being the floor spacer. I feel like I'm where I've made some strides, but I need to be better. Is just keeping the ball moving. Sometimes I get stuck in these shot fakes, and then the offense kind of stops. My job out there is really being a connector. I touch the ball, I either shoot, I pass, I put it on the floor for 1 or 2 dribbles. But at some points, I feel like I've done a really good job at that, and sometimes I still feel like I need to do better.
Quinn, you mentioned close games and just kind of the comfort you guys felt last year after the trade. And we know 5-9 in clutch games this year. Are there any tangibles that you guys have gone over, be it in film or things that you've looked at down the stretch that you guys aren't doing this year in games that you were doing at the end of last year?
It's a good question. I asked the same question to Terry Stotts last year, or a few practices ago, from what's the difference between now and last year. And it's not one point you can point at. Sometimes we throw the ball away too much. Sometimes we can't get a defensive rebound. Sometimes, your shots just don't go in. And it's not, for me, it doesn't seem like it's one thing you can point at, but like I said, it's all in small details, and it's definitely something we can fix.